fascinating. I was always amazed by what goes on behind the scenes, some of which, can you hear? That there was a lot of work done by a Dr. Rauscher et al. In like 20-something years ago. What they found was, in all the studies they published on music, is how it affects the brain, especially what has evolved in something called the Mozart effect. Have you heard of the Mozart effect? Now, why was that so important and so impressionable on certain types of athletes? Because they found that this type of music versus this other stuff would actually help enhance memory recall and spatial temporal reasoning. And what they did was, now first of all, your classical music, primarily Baroque, because it follows a melodic variation that it fits a mathematical sequence that is ideal for creating something called an alpha wave state. And an alpha wave state is what opens your mind up for better memory recall. It has to fit two criteria: 60 beats per minute, and no vocals, no choir, anything like that. Purely music. So this Mozart sonata in D minor for 2 pianos is ideal. I don't know why, but I had a genius friend of mine back when I was going through college, before chiropractic college. He belonged to Mensa, and he says, you need to listen to harpsichord music because that helps. And so I got used to listening to harpsichord music. Here it is many, many years later, I find out that harpsichord also falls along the same pattern that opens up alpha wave state. So memory recall we all understand. But spatial temporal reasoning, for those of you who don't understand, how will that impact you? Spatial temporal reasoning is how we understand where figures fit into space without actually putting the square peg in the square hole or trying to fit it into the round hole. It's how you imagine it. And why is that good? Why is this music good for you? Is because if you have a child that's getting ready for a spelling bee or a chess match, that's the kind of competition that they're going to prepare for, that they need to listen to that kind of music. Or if you are an interior, or have any patients that are interior designers, builders or contractors or construction people, because when they walk in, or a realtor, when they walk into a room and they look at the place, they sell you on the idea of, oh, it's a blank wall, but imagine what a window would look like there, about 4 by 9 and big from ceiling to floor. So they're using spatial temporal reasoning. How? Now, you should be getting in your head at this point how that works for the professional athlete. The quarterback, the pitcher, the hockey player. He has to have very acute spatial temporal reasoning when he's hitting the ball, or the golfer, and he's imagining he has to angle every single muscle a certain way with the right velocity to get it through some hole, some basket, some goal. You see? So preparation would be great using that kind of music.